French voters are heading to the polls this Sunday in legislative elections. President Emmanuel Macron is hoping to obtain a majority to be able to push through an important series of reforms following his re-election in April. But there is uncertainty over whether or not Macron can pull it off. For more, I'm joined by France 24's Philip Turle. Hi, Philip. What are going to be the biggest challenges for Macron heading into this vote?
Well, first of all, Jenny, there is some good news this Monday as far as French voters overseas are concerned, because they've already been voting in the first round. This Sunday, they vote ahead of the rest of the country. And we've seen a swing more or less in favour of Emmanuel Macron. There's one big casualty in it, and that is Manuel Valls, the former Prime Minister under François Hollande, who was the candidate for Emmanuel Macron, and he has been beaten. But good news, as I said, is that 8 out of the 11 overseas constituencies did vote in favour of Emmanuel Macron this weekend. So I think that will come as some kind of relief for the French president. Now, if you look at the legislative elections, the way they are held in this country, what it's all about, you will see the first round is on June the 12th. That is this Sunday. Then the second round is a week later on June the 19th. And the total number of seats in the National Assembly, the total number of deputies or MPs in France is 577. Not such good news for Emmanuel Macron is the amount of apathy towards these elections. And recent opinion polls are showing that there is an increase amongst voters of apathy and not willing to want to vote. 51% of voters say they are sure to vote. That is a 10% drop from 2017. So that means that Emmanuel Macron will have to struggle, like the other parties, to get his supporters and the other party's supporters to actually turn out this Sunday and the following Sunday to vote. And the reason for that is because many voters are saying, well, look, Emmanuel Macron won the presidential election back in April. It's more or less game, set and match. There's no point in us turning out again to vote a second time round because the president's been re-elected. He can basically do what he likes. That's not strictly true. He needs a majority in Parliament to push through those reforms. Pension reform, ecological reforms, reforms to help fight global warming, all those kind of things. So he wants a majority. Now, if you look at the voting intentions, 52% have said they will not vote. That is in the first round next weekend. The good news there is that most of those who say they won't vote are mostly from the smaller parties and younger people who are less inclined to vote for Emmanuel Macron.
Right. So given that high amount of abstention, or what looks is going to be a high amount of abstention, what are the late voting predictions saying for those who are going to vote?
OK, well, one more opinion poll for you here, which is the legislative voting intentions next weekend. Renaissance, which is the new name for Emmanuel Macron's grouping, is given 27%. The left-wing union of Jean-Luc Mélenchon, the Socialists and the Communists and the Greens, is given 25%. The National Front, the National Rally of Marine Le Pen, 21%. Republicans, those Conservatives, 10%, and Reconquête of Éric Zemmour, the far-right party, is 6%. So it looks like Emmanuel Macron will get that majority, but it's still not completely sure. And a bit of a struggle in his mind, I think, about what is going to happen in the next few days. He needs a 289 number of seats to obtain a majority. He's given 275 to 310 at the moment, so it could go one way or the other.
All right, Philip, thanks for that. France 24's Philip Turle.